Hey, it's Appelusa, owner of Light Body Energetics. I am a practitioner in bioenergetics, from Reiki to Biofield Tuning, Vibrational Fascia Release, and Biofeedback. You can find out more at lightbodyenergetics.com or a link in the description. But I wanted to share with you today kind of my story. I've actually been asked to share my story before, and I think I recorded somewhat of a video and never sort of edit it, but I think this is going to be more important because I'm not even at home. In fact, all of the videos that I've made so far, except for one on how to make nut milk, I have not been in my home. I have been not couch surfing, but not living at a home. And what I mean by that is, so I found out in the last year that I have mold illness, not a mold allergy, but more of like a systemic illness from water damage building resulting in this sort of illness. And what I found out was that around 50% of buildings are water damaged, but 24% of people can't process that mold out because they don't make the antibodies that will detect the mold and carry it out of their bodies. So it ends up just going into the tissues, causing inflammation, especially brain inflammation, like in my case. And it causes all sorts of issues. I mean, I've got a list, but I'm going to say at the top of my list is brain fog and fatigue and just a lack of concentration. And then the list goes on. So I'm not going to bore you with that. But what I've found is that so a lot of these alternative and complementary medicines really can help you get out of these cycles. And I know when I started with Reiki, it got me out of a chronic pain cycle I was in for 4 years. And that, along with Biofield Tuning and tuning forks, really helped me sort of get past that and move forward. And then I was diagnosed with mold illness after bouncing specialists for 2.5 years trying to find out what was wrong with me. And I had to turn to functional medicine in order to find a true diagnosis. So my heart's out to anybody who's going through the same thing. And please, if you have to find the money, just do it. Turn to a functional medicine practitioner. Hopefully I'll be one in the near future because I'd love to help people who have been in my shoes. But what I'd like to discuss with you is what I do is part of my daily routine to help me get out of these cycles. And I'm still healing from this. But first I had to remove myself from the moldy building that I was living in. I've sort of bounced families' houses, and right now we're condo sitting for someone, and it's been a lot of transition, and a lot of grounding needs to happen. So for my daily practice, I do meditate, I do yoga. I had to incorporate some cardio in my morning because I'm so tired and brain foggy that I have to get like a couple of notches up. So I do some jumping jacks, I do some cardio, I do some yoga, I do some meditation. Then I work with my tuning forks. And if you want to find more about why tuning forks are beneficial, check out some of my other videos on Schumann resonances and specific tuning forks. And there's a lot of scientific evidence on the correlation between these frequencies and the human body. In fact, our body systems resonates with the Schumann resonance. All of our biological systems and our brainwave states are all resonating at the same frequencies as the Earth. And so we need them. We found, NASA knows, we found that astronauts that leave the planet and leave that frequency of the Earth suffer from physiological conflicts, which can lead to headaches and cancerous diseases. So we need them. And the ones that I use, and I've got a lot of unweighted forks and weighted forks, the ones I use in my daily practice, the C and the G, weighted. I also have the unweighted ones, which I love and use quite often, but they're saying these are just weighted, which means you won't really hear them, but if you place them next to your ears, you can, but you can feel them on the body, and I can hear them when I put them on my head. So I have the gem foot attached to the bottom. I've got a rose quartz 25 millimeter and an amethyst 25 millimeter, and they just attach to the bottom here. What I start with is the sonic slider. I love the circuit boot. Again, you can watch the video on the sonic slider, and I will start with it around my face because it feels so good. and it just kind of relaxes all the muscle tension I have. And I just breathe with it and slowly just feel the vibration and just see how that's resonating with me that day. If you have cracked teeth or any dental issues, I would recommend being really cautious around your mouth. But I use it every day around my TMJ. Really have a lot of tension here when I wake up in the morning from habitual patterns. And I loosen that up with the sonic slider. About 3 to 5 activations. I can press and hold, or I can move it around. And I give myself a little bit of a lymphatic flush. And just follow that down to my collarbone and go towards my thymus and hold and breathe. I will also hold it over my heart until the vibration runs out. I will hold it over organs. And honestly, it's just about what's feeling good. If I feel like doing a whole body, I will do Eileen McCusick's like 21-day challenge, where I'm just going along the whole body towards the heart, much like dry brushing. And I will do that with the handle extender because it's has a better surface area. For detoxing, I will just hold it in my armpit. So I use the sonic slider first, just experimenting. I will definitely use it on my occipital area and release any tension that is held behind my head. Then I will grab my 15 millimeter gem foot on my 128 from Biosonics, and I will do more of a fine tuning, either do acupressure points and breathe and hold for the whole vibration, or I will move it around my face towards, down towards my thymus. You can go under the eye if you're careful. You should have moisturized face if you do this on your face. You can go along your nose if you have sinus issues. Try to loosen up some of that stuff. You have your stomach points here on the bottom of your cheeks. You can work along the occipital with the 15 millimeter, also feels good. But if you find any points that are lumpy and hurt, you can use quite a bit of pressure and just hold and breathe and try to loosen that up. That's what we do in vibrational fascia release. We usually use a bare stem, but we also use both gem feet and work that out. So I will do that, and then I will follow up with my 25 millimeter. And same thing, the 128 is really good for skin and bones and alignment. So I will kind of follow up whatever I did with the 128. And honestly, a lot of this is just experimentation and what feels good to you. So I just encourage a lot of fun, playfulness, and experimentation. I will also use my 128 and my 192. This is the C and G. And I will listen to that tone because that is the perfect fifth. There's a lot of stories about the perfect fifth, especially in our history and in philosophy. And doing that on my head and really trying to open up this channel. If you do any meditation and you work on opening the central channel, opening the top of the head, this is a really nice way to do that. Because if you're healing from anything chronic, you need all the positivity and open channels as you can get. It's really hard to wake up and just think, oh, joyous day. I can't wait for what's going to happen today. It's like, I'm not going to even go there, but just trying to, focus on trying to have some gratitude and joy and opening up those channels and resonating with these coherent frequencies at the beginning of the day is really necessary to kind of transition into a more balanced and homeostasis and a balanced state. You can also use an activator if you would like to. I have that here. Activates the weighted forks really nicely. If you would like to use any other forks, I recommend the 528. This is the love frequency. So listening and resonating with that, or the C and the G. Creating the perfect fifth. So you can listen to that, and what that does is it just entrains your brain into a more relaxed state quicker. And so if you'd like to start with listening to this, then you can go right into your meditation, and you can also end with this. And if you set an intention, it'll kind of push that intention through and really help you focus on that during your meditation. So I love those two forks. Those are from Biosonics. Again, the link is in the description. So that's pretty much it. If you like to incorporate essential oils, basically I have quite an extended self-care routine in the morning, but it's really important. You know, neurons that fire together hardwire together, but also thoughts that fire hardwire. So just wanted to share with you my story, where I'm at in my journey, how I stay focused on healing, and I know I'll get through it, and I know you will too. If you have any questions, I always answer them. If you like my channel, please subscribe, and I'll see you next time.